I'm so happy that I get to talk about it now, because it's like I've had so many different hats on in the sense of like first and foremost, I am a fan. So when Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige and John Watts asked to have a word with me and talk to me about an idea, and they pitched it, it was like I was the fans in the audience watching it on screen for the first time, with like the three Spider-Men across universes are sharing a frame together, and like your little head just explodes. So that's the main thing in me that I feel about it.
Yeah.
And then the fact that I get to be one of those people wearing the suit next to my actual Spider-Man hero, Tobey Maguire, and the brilliant, incredibly talented, heartfelt, funny, good, sweet, perfect Spider-Man of Tom Holland, and then I get to be the middle brother, and I get to be like in awe of my older brother and in full longing to protect my younger brother, and just like, and also there's something spiritual that kind of happened and happens, and that we were exploring in the film, which is like, you know, archetypally the character is so alone. The isolation, that's a big important part of the character in terms of the canon of Spider-Man, for me anyway. And I think one of the reasons why I think it's so appealing to so many people around the world is that feeling of solitude that we can all, and loneliness maybe is a better word, that we can all relate to as we are figuring out our giftedness, as we are figuring out our ordinariness and how that meets our extraordinariness, and going through adolescence and becoming a full person. Like the loneliness that character feels archetypally, that he seems destined to feel all of his life, suddenly gets broken open, and these three guys who maybe felt very lonely in the universe before suddenly are aware that they're never alone, they never have been alone, and actually there is a brotherhood out there, and God knows how many more Spider-Men, Peter Parkers there are out there to share in that support group with, because that's what it felt. It started to feel like a kind of like strange Peter Parker Spider-Man support group, like a kind of, you know, like a 12-step program for Spider-Men and Peter Parkers. And the beauty of that, like the beauty of like what the writers crafted and what we all crafted together of, you know, trying to you know, to save our younger brother from, you know, the paths that we have trod. I found that deeply moving. Mentorship, like the theme of mentorship, and how these two people across the universe were the only ones that could really fully understand what this young man was going through. And that was really important to us as well, that it was really about Tom and Tom's character, Tom's Peter, Tom's journey as the center, and we were just there to kind of support and have a lot of fun. And it was so much fun. I still can't believe it happened. And I'm just like, you know, I snuck into a theater on opening night and just watched from like with my baseball cap on and my mask, and just kind of like, and in fact I was actually with Tobey. Me and Tobey snuck into a theater together, and no one knew we were there.
Epic. I love that.
So much fun. And yeah, it was just a really beautiful thing to share together, and to find a brotherhood with Tobey as well, and with Tom, and the fact that we have shared, that we do share a very unique experience.
How that all came about. Yeah. Would you do it again? Would you put the suit on if given the opportunity?
I mean, you know, never say never. I mean, it's a character that's always gonna be so meaningful to me and so beautiful to me. And again, it comes back to service, you know. I think if there's a way, because that's what that character is all about. He's all about serving the greater good and serving his fellow people, his fellow, you know, serving humanity and all life, you know. So if there's a way for me to continue to add to the legacy of that character in a way that feels like it's of service to an audience, of service to the themes that, you know, the themes that Stan Lee kind of you know, injected that character with, I'm open, of course. I'm very, very open.